Good morning, Cincinnati, and happy Sunday. I'm Courtney Wheaton. Thanks for joining us. We're following yet another Norfolk Southern train derailment in Ohio. This one happened yesterday in Clark County, which is just northeast of Dayton. Joining us live now is Miles Harris with our sister station, WSYX. Miles, walk us through the latest details. Here you can see the tree was completely uprooted just so easily in those strong winds. And right behind it, a car was smashed with the tree. Sad news to report out of Villa Hills. We're learning this morning that an 11-year-old boy has drowned. We are right outside of US 50. You can see the roadway actually has like a slick layer of ice on it. These events are really what makes each community unique and special. So I'm glad after 5 years.
It's back. It's back.
Megan, when you see the videos and pictures coming out of Eastern Kentucky, you see these families are truly starting over. A group of Republican-led states are suing the Biden administration over the president's plan to forgive student loan debt for millions of Americans. And he was struck here at Clough Pike in the intersection of 8 Mile, and we just learned that he lives literally a block away. Becky Duffy tells me there was already a limited supply of formula because of the pandemic, but after that recall, it went down to none. And here on campus, there are so many safety measures. If you look behind me on my left shoulder, you can actually see a help phone, that blue light right over there. It's all about tennis this weekend in the Tri-State. The Western and Southern Open is back in Mason. Here's meteorologist Brad Mousehart. Brad, I think I heard you say it's the unofficial start to flannel season here in the Tri-State. And you just heard from those doctors from UC Medical Center, and they say DeMar's family knows about all of the support, and they are very appreciative. So in the summer, those flights will be available 5 days a week, and in the winter, 4 days a week. So Megan, you, your husband, your kids, are you guys going to say cheerio anytime soon? Good morning, I'm Courtney Wheaton. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment, but first, let's get a check of the forecast. Here's meteorologist Paul Poteet with your no-wait weather. And Paul, I'm a little stuffy. My allergies can't keep up with this weather. Warm one day and freezing the next. The Bengals are back home today, ready to take on the Ravens. The tailgate started early, and Local 12's Kristen Cornett is live there now, checking in with fans. Kristen, how is it out there? Kristen, I'll get some food out there. It sounds so good. You can watch today's game against the Ravens live on Local 12. Kickoff is at 1. And we're following the latest developments regarding a double shooting in Covington. Police now say that 2 juvenile suspects are now in custody. The shooting happened just before 8 Friday night at 20th and Greenup Streets. One man was shot in the leg and is expected to survive. The other shooting victim was more seriously hurt and remains in critical condition at UC Medical Center. And a scary crime out of Colerain Township. 5 teens stole a rideshare driver's car. It happened at the Walmart and Colerain Avenue, where it intersects with Ronald Reagan Highway. Police used spike sticks to stop the juveniles. Officers eventually caught up with them after they tried running away near North Bend Road and Hamilton Avenue in College Hill. All 5 juveniles were taken into custody. And there was quite a scene at Rumpke Recycling Facility in St. Bernard. Something caught fire in an unloading area at the facility yesterday. Luckily, it was contained quickly and did not spread to the main part of the plant. The plant was evacuated as a precaution, and luckily no one was hurt. Rumpke reminds people to be careful about what they put in their recycling. Remember, don't trash flammable items such as batteries, propane tanks, and aerosol cans. And you've probably heard by now that there is a delay to elect a speaker in the House in Washington, D.C. But it was finally done. A first-time local congressman was eventually able to be sworn in. Local 12's Christian Hauser had a chance to talk to Greg Glansman about how it played out for him and his family and what work he wants to do now that lawmakers can finally get back to business. And Landsman told our Christian Hauser that one of his first orders of business is to have lunch with as many Republicans as he can. He says he wants to build relationships that are so important to getting legislation passed. And the Winter Special Olympics get started today in Southeast Indiana. We'll tell you about this 3-day event at Perfect North Slopes just ahead. But first, a local library celebrates Latin American tradition. We may not admit it, but most of us have peeked at our phones while behind the wheel. But a new Ohio law would make that a crime. Ohio Senate Bill 288 will make it a primary offense to drive while looking at or holding a phone, meaning we could get pulled over by police and face a fine. We asked driver Anthony Hudson if he was in favor of the potential change.
We should be more careful, and I think we should always bring awareness to being more careful and being more safe. But at the end of the day, for it to be criminalized, I just think there's too many issues that we could deal with other than that.
Local state representative Cindy Abrams helped introduce the legislation. She says after some changes, the bill does include safeguards for people who get pulled over.
They have to let you know that if they ask to see your phone, you have the right to say no. If you're at a traffic light and let's say the road is closed or whatever situation and you're not moving in your car, you absolutely can hold your phone and look at it.
She says the governor is expected to sign the bill, and after he does, there will be 6 months of distracted driving education and warnings before the law is enforced. After that, you get one more chance to avoid a fine by taking a class.
So go take the online class. Again, it's not about punishing people, but if you keep doing it again in the same year, then of course the next time is an actual fine.
What if you catch me real quick? I'm looking at the time. You criminalize me. A class still inconveniences my life in some way.
According to the Ohio State Highway Patrol, from 2013 through 2019, Ohio saw more than 91,000 distracted driving crashes, 305 of them deadly.
This is about changing our behaviors behind the wheel.
A mom of boys who play football stopped by the prayer wall in front of UC Medical Center to show respect to Damar and his family.
I was here at UC Medical for an appointment, and I just had to walk over here and look at this and see how the community has really wrapped their arms around him.
And at the end of that wall, you'll find this sign created by a local business owner, Dante McCall. We watched as he hung it up.
Its message to the family is that we have been praying, and I am a true believer. I have a relationship with my Father, and prayers do get answered. That prayer still works.
These balloons, notes, and flowers will eventually wither away, but diamonds are forever. A local jeweler giving back the best way he knows how, a gift to Damar's mom, parent to parent.
And I thought, I have a sapphire and diamond cross in the store. They're the bills. They're blue. It's the biggest symbol of faith and God and His power.
Hoping it brings her strength and healing as her son continues his road to recovery.
I just wanted to be a first responder in the way I could.